Hello everybody and welcome back to Tarot and Tea. This is part 3 of our videos on the suit of swords ruled by the element of air. So if you have just tuned in and haven't watched the previous 2 episodes, I'd go back and have a little look because we've gone from the Ace of Swords up to the 7 of Swords and now we're on the latter part of the swords suit. And in true style, I have another sword. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, wouldn't go find battle, would I, with this one? Interesting. It's got Medusa on it this side. I love Medusa. And that'll be for another video, how much I love Medusa, though I have written a blog about Medusa if you'd like to check out my blog. And on this side we have Pegasus, which is the other element of the Medusa story, the Medusa myth. So you've got Medusa and Pegasus there with this awesome sword. Again, it's good to see the visuals of a sword because the suit of swords is pretty hardcore. The way we look at swords is that it pierces and clarifies. It cuts through the crap in theory to reveal the truth, to reveal the essence. That's what the Ace of Swords does. The rest of the swords just seem to complicate things a little bit more. So as I said before in the other editions, with swords we really see how too much thinking, overthinking, confused thinking, too many swords can really cause a headache and can really cause a hard time. But again, the swords didn't do too well. The suit of air didn't do too well in the tarot. So there's some decks that give it a little bit of a brighter light, and I've got one of those decks here as well, so we'll have a little look at that as well. So I'll just put this back. It's really fun to play with it, so I've just been using it as a prop for a little bit longer. However, this is not called Tarot and Swords. Oh no, unfortunately. Maybe I'll rename the channel. It's called Tarot and Tea. So chin chin, get a nice cuppa, and let's get on with the next few cards. One thing I wanted to add to the last episode, I forgot to put it in, so I'm going to sneak it in now. Look at the 7 of Swords in the Thoth deck, and I didn't show you the 7 of Swords or the 7 of Feathers in the birdie deck, in the birdie deck, the Animal Wisdom Tarot, and where swords are feathers. So just because it's a bit more positive, it's a bit nicer, really. The magpie. Yeah, 7 of Swords can be a little bit cheeky, and instead of it kind of being all very heavy, I like the fact that this magpie has stolen the key to something. And there's a rainbow in the background and a circus. So yeah, there's still that kind of thieving, stealing, things not quite as they were, not being sure of the motives, of the motivations of people. But it's a bit more fun, isn't it, really? It gives a bit of a brighter edge to it. So I thought I'd bring that in. And plus I will bring in the other bird cards as well with the following cards. We're going to work with the Thoth because that's my deck. It's not my deck, I didn't make it, but you know. Anyway, 8 of Swords. Another one where we kind of go, oh my word, really? Yeah. In this deck, we've got a real... Well, actually, my friend Zoe thinks it's a very beautiful deck. It looks like a beautiful presentation of some beautiful Eastern swords. It's a really nice way of thinking about it, with lush purples and beautiful colours. I wish I felt this way about it. I kind of feel that kind of clanging headache of when you want to do something and you feel very frustrated. There's lots of different ways of looking at this, so don't ever take what I'm just saying as gospel. I'm going through a very, very quick look at, it's a brief look at it all. There's a lot more we do in workshops where we really explore the meaning of the cards more. So this is just a snippet, okay? So I know you're going to go, oh no, it means all these other things as well. Of course it does, we've got loads more to talk about. But I'm just running through the 8, the symbol of infinity. It's a very powerful, powerful number. And in a lot of the suits, the 8 is like, yeah, we're getting there. This is brilliant. In the suit, yeah, you're getting there. If you're wanting a migraine, no, you are getting there. It's fine. It's just showing you that we've got restrictions and sometimes you've got to bloom or make your mind up. I'm telling myself that more than you. You've got Jupiter again. Happy jovial Jupiter. And Gemini, the twins. Which way do I go? That way, that way. The 2 swords here represent the symbol of the twins. And I've got all these backed up ideas behind. What it can be is I've got so many ideas. I don't even know where to start. The 8 of Swords in the Rider-Waite is a lady tied up, but she can get out of it, blindfolded with all these swords around her, and the tide's coming in. So that's the kind of like, you got to, it's like some kind of drama where you have to get out of the situation, like the end of a James Bond movie. And you can get out of it, take the blindfold off, look at your situation realistically and make a move forward. It's hard to do sometimes though, isn't it? To kind of take your illusional blindfold off, how you've been telling yourself the world is, look how the world really is, and be brave enough to take that step. So that's what the Eight of Swords can mean. It can be your own demons holding you back. Your own thoughts have become so overwhelming that you can't even see how to, the forest for the trees, or how to move forwards. But Jupiter is expansion, Gemini's ideas. It's an expansion of ideas. It's an expansion. It's a moving forwards. So as long as we take that leaf out of our wisdom to say, I'm going to take a step forward now, I'm going to decide on something, I'm going to go for it before it's too late, then we can make some amazing decisions with the 8. Oh, actually, I'm going to go, before we go to 9, we'll go to the 8 of feathers in this deck, the albatross. Again, little prison of feathers, taking opportunity, freeing yourself. You've got the infinity sign in the background as well. Think of the bigger picture. Think of all things come in cycles, things come to an end and they'll be reborn. Think of freeing your mind when your 8 of feathers or 8 of swords comes up. Freeing your thoughts from old patterns. It's a good one. Right. The 9 of Swords. Oh, wow. Thankfully, the rest of the suits are a bit more cheerful. It's like a drama here. But as I say, you know, the swords represent our own thoughts, and we can be our own worst enemies a lot of the time with our thoughts. The 9 of Swords is a perfect example of this. It can be about night fears. It can be about nightmares. It can be about over-worrying, over-analysing, which we can do a lot. I certainly can. And when we do it, we don't often come up with good results, do we? And we're lying awake at night going, oh, I didn't do that, and what if this happens, and what if they think that, and I did that, and oh my word, I did that, and then I did that. Yeah, you can see, it doesn't really go into a good place, does it? So, it's called cruelty. You can be being very cruel to yourself in this one. I ignore the words as normal, but you know, it's there, so I say it. You can be very cruel and mean to yourself, okay? So, Mars, ta-da, and Gemini. And again, there's a bit of anger and battle energy with Mars, a lot of energy, and with the duality of Gemini, it can mean your head's going off in different directions, your thoughts going in a zillion miles an hour. What I would say with this one is simplify things back down. The 9 of Swords is possibly all the things you're worrying about isn't really going to happen. It can be about illusions. You know what, I actually really like the colours on this one. I think it's quite pretty. So with the 9 of Swords as an image in this deck, I actually think it's quite pretty. Could be the goth in me. The colours, you know, but it's actually the first time we will see the representation, and maybe the last time we'll see the representation, of the swords being not, you know, drawn to be made out of steel or solid matter. They're kind of a gloopy, blood-like thing. Nice. And this represents more that this ideas, these thoughts, these nightmares may not be exactly real. Yeah, they may be a little bit transient, changeable. And to be fair, we may even be doing things to ourselves which is harmful, you know, in our thoughts. So it's a real checkup. It's like, calm yourself, because Mars is a red planet, so you've got the red swords and the ideas, but just calm, because things may not be as they seem. We could be overanalyzing everything here, okay? So that's often what comes up, too many over-worrying. And you know that, even though it's not a pleasant card to have in your reading, at least it means, you know what, you're over-worrying. Things may not be as bad as they seem. And in the birdies, the feathers, I love crows. I just love crows. So having 9 of feathers is quite a freaked out person in a crow's wing. But I like that, you know, the illusion, the dreams, going to the darker side, seeing things in a different way. The moon is there, and you've got the dream. This woman's asleep while in this bird wing. So where she's being shown, where she's being taken, again, it may not all be real. It could be more about illusions and ideas and dreams and communications with more darker parts of ourselves. Hey. Right, so we're going to finish with the last numbered card here, and we're really finishing with it because we can't really go much further. 10 of Swords, ruin. No, don't read the bottom of this. I have to because it's there, but in readings, just ignore, unless it really is coming out for a reason. You know, you're looking at it and the words are really popping out. 10 of Swords. Yeah, in the Rider-Waite, it's not much prettier, really. You've got a guy with 10 swords in his back, and yeah, game over, really. But the sun in the distance is rising, so there's always a new day. It's about rebirth. It's not just about endings. It's about new beginnings as well. And there's a relief in saying, you know what, that really didn't work. That is over. That is done. I have not won this battle, or I've won it, but I'm absolutely exhausted. I've really, you know, the 10 of Swords is a realisation of justice, of things that have, admitting that things aren't working. It can be endings, it can be breakups, it can be all the things that don't make us feel full of joy first thing in the morning, but they happen, and we need the cards to represent them. We need the cards to show that it's all too much with the Ten of Swords. It's all just too much. It's gone too far, and so we're going to re-simplify it. It's an end, and the sun's rising, and if you can see that sun rising while you're lying there with your 10 swords, life's good. You can see the new dawn, you can see the new beginning. So something's ended, but there's something better coming, or there's something that's going to be much more healthy and happy for you coming. So at least the 10 of Swords, even though it's not, you know, not the greatest of place. The powerful swords of justice have shattered the other swords here. There's just, yeah, it's time. It's pretty inescapable. But you know, your heart may feel broken by it, but again, rebirth, new beginnings, change. Put that one away, have a good rest, see how tomorrow seems. Usually things seem better after a good sleep and after a cup of tea as well. So that's the 10. The 10s always are the last in all the suits, and they represent the completion or the ending of that journey. We've gone from absolute beautiful simplification to, yeah, it's a little bit much. In the birdies, we've got the vulture as 10 of feathers. And that's a really good way of looking at it, because, yeah, this animal has been, okay, it's the end of its days. However, the vulture takes life from this. So there's always the rebirth, there's always the ongoing story. And that's a different positive way of looking at things. So in the next video, what I'm going to be looking at is the court cards, the royalty of the sword deck. And that will be our sword journey finished after that. So keep going with your exploration of swords. Again, it's only a snippet. When I do workshops, we spend a whole day on one suit. We go really into the heart of the element of air, and into working with swords, and working with writing and ideas and communication and astrology. So there's so much to look at. These are just really small snippets, but hopefully they're enough to get you going, give you ideas to work with the cards, or different ways to work with the cards. From me and my fierce blade, I'll see you next time. Bye. Thanks again for watching my videos. There's a whole range on my channel about tarot, witchcraft, paganism, astrology, all that jazz. So do have a little look and subscribe if you like it. Share it with your friends, and leave comments down here. I'd love to hear from you. See you next time. Bye.